When you see a frame come in from Tom in its raw form is so beautiful. I hate putting paint on it. But for the people who want paint on it, the paint just makes the bike come to life.
Color for a long time was driven by people that identified with your company, your team, and all these kind of things. So there would just be these colors out there that, oh, there goes a Ritchey, because it was just the color of the bike. I transitioned from a frame builder that painted his bikes to a frame builder that had Rick paint my bikes.
We were all about Ritchey back in the 80s. Every hook in here was filled with Ritchey bikes. He wanted everything done perfect, and he wanted everything done fast. So I think that's kind of where I've gotten the reputation that I have now, is partially from Tom.
That's another thing about D&D is that he mixes his own colors. He doesn't have to go to the paint store to choose a color that is a unique color. He'll mix it, and that's a really good skill set. Team Ritchey, original in the early 80s, the conceptualization of the team at that point was American. It was celebrating the American phenomenon of mountain bikes and mountain bike racing. There was a lot of red, white, and blue fades that came out of the company at that time.
Those were the heydays back in the 80s and 90s when I was doing, 50 bikes a month for Tom. And some of these paint jobs were just the iconic red, white, and blue, Commando Fade, Team Red. And I hear those names all the time. And every time I hear them, it just brings a smile to my face.
I was working with somebody that would make sure that even though the paint industry was changing, his standards were still very high. So you have to be really good at what you do to be a good painter in the United States.
Since I've been getting older here, my whole way of doing things is a slow, meticulous process, where back then it was just mass production. And I'm kind of more into the slow, meticulous thing right now.
We're really looking at the whole bike being right. I look at the whole thing being something that is meant to be aesthetic and meant to be classic and meant to be beautiful, and you wouldn't want to put a lousy paint job on all that. You want to put the best.
I'm really, really excited to work with Ritchey again and bring back some of these old kick-ass paint jobs.